Kobe, that has to be a really, disappointing loss for this group. Earlier, Tom Fitzgerald said, this is the team that we're going forward with to come out with a performance like that. How do you sort of digest that?
Yeah, it's hard to digest. I think, we got outclassed in every area tonight. I think, it was a disappointing result, but a disappointing effort towards the end there. I think you could see in some of our body language, too. I think that was, tough game for us.
Is it, a thing where, all year long you really defended it at a high level? Is it any reason tonight that wasn't the case?
I don't know if I could put my finger on just one reason. I mean, they come in on a back-to-back. We should be fresher than them. We should be able to, have more intensity, especially defensively. I think that usually can do you pretty solid. And, it wasn't there tonight. I mean, give credit to them. They're a good team, but, disappointing from us.
It looked like in the second period, at one point, Sheldon pulled you all aside, to deliver a message. What was he trying to tell you guys, and what were you trying to get out of that?
Just basically like, if we're not going to outcompete them, we don't have a chance. And if we're not going to stick to our process, we don't have a chance. There was a lot of, one and dones in their end. We weren't getting nearly enough ozone time. And it just wasn't a recipe for success, So he's just trying to, kind of kick us into gear, stick with our game plan. And we weren't able to execute tonight.
It looked like you guys at the beginning of the third period had maybe a little more of that energy that you normally have, a little bit more of that jump. You get that goal by Mercer, but then it kind of drops. Like, where are those ebbs and flows happening that are, giving you guys so much trouble?
Yeah, I think, obviously anytime we get a goal, it's going to give us some juice. And, if I'm not mistaken, it was pretty quick after that we give one right up. Like, that's deflating. Like, I feel like we just got some wind in our sails. We're just about to get back in the game, and they answer so quickly there. So, in a game that's already not going your way, we're trying to build positive momentum, and they kind of just stymie us right there.
So how do you, get back to playing the way you need to play? You've bounced back before.
Yeah, I think it, starts with practice, and it starts with emotion. I think we got to have, some emotion coming into the game against Philly. This wasn't a game, a result, an effort we're proud of, and we have a lot of guys with pride in here, and we got to have some emotion going in to Sunday's match against Philly.
On a personal note, looks like you're going to be here for a long time. You just heard that.
Yeah, I'm pumped to be, a part of this group for a long time, and now it's about, being a part of the solution where, we're kind of, like you said, kind of, stuck in the mud a little bit here, and I think, like I said, it starts with emotion, intensity, physicality, and then we want to bring that Sunday, and then hopefully you can kind of will our team to a little bit more energy, a little positivity, and we'll get a result hopefully on Sunday we want.
I mean, after recent results, the trade deadline chasing and clarity on injuries, where's the level of confidence in the room right now?
I still think we got confidence, and we know, like, look at Dallas's game. Like, it's not the result we want, but we're down 3-1 to one of the top teams in the league, and we find a way to rally back and stick together. And we could feel that energy. Like, I don't know what it looked like from upstairs or from the TV, but on the bench I could feel that energy and feel us coming together and rallying. And unfortunately we didn't find that tonight, but that's something that, it's in us, and we got to bring, these last 18 or so games here.
Perspective, how did you see the first and second period?
We had some chances there, and then you're still in the game. It can be different if we capitalize on some, maybe get a lead before like those chances like they scored. Maybe it wasn't even a minute after we had that good one. So obviously we got to make sure we focus on that.
What about the third period? You got some things going. Just couldn't build on it, I guess.
Yeah, obviously we had that start. I thought the first 10 we really put a lot of pressure on them. We had chances, and then the result shows what happened after that.
What makes it so difficult against a team like, they're the league leaders here, to sort of fall in that hole and try and get yourselves out of it?
Yeah, they're a great team. They play the right way. Even at the end of the game, they're still doing the simple things right. Something that we should really, focus on, and they simplified it. But then when they got chances and they created opportunities, they capitalized. They're a good team. But in saying that, I believe we're a good team too, and it's disappointing for us just to have that result there when, I think we can do better for sure.
You say disappointing, and just you can sense it. But right before the game, Tom Fitzgerald was saying, "This is the team. These are the guys, and they're going to have to go out and do it." Does it feel even more disappointing, knowing that this is the performance that you come out of the deadline with? In a sense,
That's all on us. Like, doesn't matter what happens earlier today or yesterday or the last few weeks. Right now, this is the group we have, and we believe in us. We all know we're here for a reason. We say that a lot, and it's just something that we really want to prove out there instead of doing what we did just then.
Is this something that stays with you and you can't wait to get back on the ice and bounce back?
It's at least a good thing about a busy month. You got to move on. You can't really. You look at it now. We got tomorrow, then we play again, and it's a really busy month coming up. So we got to make sure that we can get right back to our game and make sure that we improve on what we can.
Dawson, with just the recent results and trade deadline passing, clarity of injuries, what's the confidence level in the room right now?
Like I said, we believe in who we are and the type of team we are and the players. And like I said, we just got more of the show. And like I said, just then, the good thing is we can do that now in a few nights.
Just your thoughts on, obviously, the first two periods, especially, and some of the chances you had?
Yeah, I thought the game was better than 3-0 after the two periods. They made good on some of their chances, and we did. And I mean, their first goal is a great example of it, right? There's a puck laying there on the goal line, essentially, and we can't quite get to it. And then, I don't know what it is, 15, 20 seconds later, they got a similar puck, and it goes in our net. Like, it's stuff like that, right? It's the second goal. It's a power play goal that they get. It's number one power play in the league on a penalty that we should have never have had to take. So stuff like that is tough. Third goal, we missed an assignment on the face-off that allows them to have the space that they got with the puck. And then loved our push in the third period. I mean, guys come out. They show a little bit of life and character to come out and score. And not just that, I thought we were playing good hockey, out of the start there. And then again, have a good ozone shift. We got we're all over the net. We're goalie's kind of scrambling there. We can't quite get it to the net. And then 20 seconds later, we turn it over into the back of our net. So that's kind of how the game went, thought we played better than the score indicated. But clearly not good enough, and need to finish on the chances that you get. They don't give you a lot. It's we give up the least amount of goals in the NHL, but we had certainly, had some chances.
Obviously, it's a very good team, but do you have to be like keep their confidence high and kind of forget this and move on? How do you do that as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, listen. You can watch goals 4, 5, and 6. It's the youngest player on the ice had a real tough time. So that, to me, is not reflective of our team and our game. So I think we can rinse that pretty quickly. Tried to talk to them about after the second period about what we expected and what we want, and I liked how they responded. Come out in the third. It's going to be more of that, But the results are tough right now. They're tough because we've played. We weren't our best today. Certainly not even close. But it was better than what it should have been. We got to execute on a couple of our chances, and one or two of those that we got to keep out of our net early. So, we got to keep with our confidence for sure. It's going to be our greatest challenge, my greatest challenge by far, the rest of the way.
You mentioned those goal 4, 5, and 6, and obviously, Shimon had a tough night, particularly in the third period. How do you work with a young player who's trying to find his way when things aren't going well, right? And you don't have a ton of runway here.
It's really hard, yeah. That's what happens. You have injuries. You got to put guys in some situations. But he's a better player than that. Mm-hmm. That player that played in the third period is in the wrong league. Player played before that. Player that played throughout our road trip. That guy can help us. So he's got to find some consistency. It's hard. This is not the league where you work through your growing pains on a team that has any sort of expectations. Players that aren't quite ready to contribute to teams that have expectations, they play in the minors. But we need more from everyone. I need the most confident guy. I think he can help our team and play in the league. He's got lots of opportunity to show us right now, but that wasn't it in the third, and we can't reward that effort.
When you pulled your team aside, I believe it was somewhere in that second period, what were you trying to ignite in them that you weren't seeing at that
Well,
point?
look, we're trying to score goals, right? And we need offense, but when we're going at our best, we play with process. And we've been talking about this from day one training camp. I can't tell you how many goals we've scored where one line does the work, they build momentum for our team, and they change, and a new line comes on, and they reap the rewards of that line shift. And those guys maybe that sit on the bench don't get a point for it, but they contribute greatly to building momentum and wearing a team down. And then our best players can come out in a really favorable situation and execute and score. We're not having any of that right now. I think guys lower in our lineup are searching for goals and points to get going, and we want depth scoring. We talk a ton about depth scoring, so we're not playing as a group. I can't tell you how many goals we scored this year where Lazar and Bastian and Tatar, those guys, they're sitting on the bench drinking water, but to me, they contributed more to the actual goal going in the net than the guys who actually scored it, because they would have never been in that situation without their work. So I don't really care about depth scoring. We just need scoring. And for that to happen, we need to build momentum. We need to be connected shift to shift, and the players need to value that. And I don't think we had nearly enough of that. Guys low in our lineup, they're just out there, trying to make it up and try to score. That's not going to cut it, and especially against an elite team. That was really what it was about. Is like, we can't lose our purpose and how we play. In fact, now we need it more than ever. Mm-hmm. So that was the message.
Dawson Mercer maybe has a different opportunities in the 2C role now. What do you expect out of him moving forward? He gets the goal tonight. Looked pretty.
Yeah, I mean, we need more from him. We've elevated him to the first power play unit because we need his help on the entries and skating and stuff like that. But yeah, we've got him in center here now, and he's shown some ability to do that. I liked his game out in Dallas. Like with Glass coming in here, we've got some decisions to make, and we'll probably, try some different things with Mercer at center and wing and stuff like that, and try to make a decision of what's the best fit for our group as we get to know some of our additions. But I've liked Mercer the last couple of games. I think he's showing some real life. His game's a good goal he got today, and I thought he sort of building off his game that he had in Dallas.
You mentioned Glass. I'm not sure if Sprong will be here or down in the A, but what were your thoughts on some of the new guys coming in that maybe as soon as tomorrow?
Yeah, they'll both be here tomorrow. My thoughts, I mean, Sprong, to me, we've talked a ton about depth scoring. To me, I know he's been in the American League, but he's been one of the best depth scorers in the NHL for the last few years, and he can certainly score goals. So, I think that helps us. It gives us a little bit of an infusion and some skill. There's some things in his game, obviously, that are the reasons why he's not in the league. So that's on him to manage that and for us to help him. But there's no question this guy can shoot the puck and score goals. And Glass is, really high pick. He's got some skill. I think he can transport the puck really well and skate to the neutral zone with it, which I think can really help our team. But I haven't really spent a great deal of time. A little more familiar with Sprong. Glass, just from our games playing against him, I've liked his game in Pittsburgh. We'd like to see if we can unlock a little bit more offense, and he'll get some opportunity here. But there's a skill set there that I think can benefit our team in terms of transporting the puck and getting us to the offensive zone.
Your assessment of Dumoulin's first game as a Devil?
Yeah, I thought he was fine. I think there's times that he made a few good plays early on the breakout, and whether it was off like him getting the puck to the middle of the ice for us or joining the rush and helping us get out that way, which what I saw in video is like that's something he can consistently help us with. And he'll just get better. I mean, he had a pretty tough day yesterday getting in here and hasn't even practiced with us, and sleep and time change, all that kind of stuff. He'll get better. He's a veteran guy. He knows how to play. Yeah, thank you.